Chapel Hill Church family. I have exciting news, although we need to be cautious as we head forward. One of the things we've decided to do after a lot of prayer and discussion and a lot of research and seeing what other churches have been doing, some of the recommendations that have been put out by our governor, as well as other churches, as well as the Alliance, our denomination, we have decided that we will have service this Sunday and going forward, taking week by week approach to evaluate things, but planning to have weekly meetings starting Sunday. And there's a few things that you'll see certainly in the attachment that you have here, in whether it be your email or on the Facebook page. Certainly we want to review some of that. I don't want to take up a tremendous amount of your time because you can certainly review yourself, but I do want to make sure that we have a few of these things clearly understood. If you have any further questions, please feel free to reply to this email, or you can also reply to the Facebook post and so forth. A couple of these things. First off, we strongly encourage all those who are at risk to remain home and continue joining us on the online services. That's important to understand, is that there is a decision here, a choice to be made here. Certainly you have the option to come to the church. There are some restrictions, as I'll lay out here in just a moment, as well as laid out on the attachment that you have. But if you're at home, we would like to encourage you, if you are of an age, as they said through the guidelines, there are certain ages that are more at risk. If you feel that need to stay home, please do so. Please understand we love you. We'd love to see you here, but we also completely understand why you would decide to stay home. If you have a compromised immune system due to whatever you may have going on, please understand we would love to have you here. But we also understand that you cannot be here, and please know that we just love you. We want to see you here, so please stay where you can be healthy, so that when things open up, we can see you again. But there are some that have the ability to be here and desperately want to be here, so we want to give that option as well. Certainly, once again, feel free to look at the guidelines that are attached. The next thing we see is that we request that all those who choose to attend service observe the suggested social distancing of 6 feet and other personal hygiene parameters in order to assist with this request. Chapel Hill Church is taking some precautions, and will have the Purell stations out. There will only be one way to enter into the building, that would be the front entrance. And so take note of that. That way we can kind of make sure we keep everything controlled in that way. There also, every other row has been removed, and that way we will be able to keep the 6 foot distance rule in effect. So feel free to join us, but understand that things are going to be very, very different. As I mentioned, there'll be hand sanitizers aplenty. They'll be all over the place. Also, we will not be serving the coffee and donuts and snacks that we had been normally serving. At this time, we feel that would be another precaution that we can easily make, and make it in such a way that there will be it won't be too hard for us to do. I'll put it that way. The wearing of masks is strongly encouraged to do that. One of the reasons for that is because that's one way that we can have a little bit more control over who has it or who doesn't, and so it isn't spreading that way. We will not be able to, at this time, provide masks, so if you have masks, please wear them to the church. We are working toward that, but as you can imagine, the cost of masks as well as availability has been very limited in that area. The public areas will be cleaned and sanitized before and after every service. That includes the lobby, the foyer, the restrooms, and really any place that you might think it might be used on Sundays. Actually, Letitia has done a fantastic job and has been sanitizing those things already every single week, but we will make sure we pay extra attention to that, and she's been continuing to do a great job. Thank you, Letitia, for that. Next thing we see is that until we enter another phase, as outlined by the state of Ohio, and upon further review and determination by the staff and the elders and the leadership of the church as a whole, there will be no children's ministry, youth ministry, nursery ministry, or Sunday school classes. That's just for the safety of everyone. Really what we're doing is Sunday mornings, and that's really it. And so that's the plan as of now. We've been talking with other churches to see what they're planning on doing with that. We do want to be able to do it as soon as possible. However, as soon as possible, with safety. So there will continue to be Zoom meetings in that way for prayer, and youth meetings, meeting by Zoom. You've seen some things going out, children's ministry. We will continue to do that. We also will continue, as I mentioned before, to live stream Sunday morning services. We want to make sure that as much as it can be available is available to everyone, as they are, because we love our family. We want to make sure that you know that you're included, even if you can't be with us. Six, communion will be distributed in prepackaged containers. We already have those. We will probably observe that on the first Sunday of June. Our deaconesses will not have to worry about that. We will make sure that that's taken care of, and that way, once again, they won't feel like required to go into a situation that they may feel very tentative about. That will be taken care of, and it will be prepackaged, and we will take care of that on this end of things. Number 7, offering plates containers will be located in a foyer, and basically just setting on a table or something of that nature. And basically, as you walk by, you drop it in. There will be no passing it around. Once again, we are looking to make as few point of contacts as possible when we are meeting here. Basically, we want you to walk in, sit, wave, smile at people, and that sort of thing. And then when things are done and so forth, we probably will be dismissing row by row so that people can be dismissed in an orderly fashion. If you've taken part in our Good Friday service, it'll be much like that, kind of a quiet excusing them from the meeting and going back out. It will be very different, and it will not be our normal meeting where we sit back and chat and talk and catch. There will be no fellowship time in that regard, but you will be able to be a part of the service. So the greeters and ushers will be available for assistance for entering and exiting the building. Just so if you have questions, there will be people available. We'll continue to broadcast the service, as I mentioned. Thanks to Troy and Will and Gary and the media team, Kayla, and so many others who have been doing such a great job to make sure that this is all live streamed. Make sure you show them appreciation and love. It's because of them that we are able to put this out there for everybody to watch, and if you've noticed, it's been getting better and better and better each week. And in fact, if you watched last week and how good all that was put together, if you think about it, the first week that we hit this, I had my wife's phone, my phone, and my computer, and I was shooting off the 3 different cameras in the family room at my parents' house in Texas. We've come a long way in a short time, and it's thanks to people like Troy and Will and Kayla and Gary and so many others. So thank you so much for that. Once again, there will be an assessment, so to speak, week by week. This will be what we'll be going by at this stage, and until you hear something differently, this will be the way we will operate. We'll probably learn a few things. What we want to do is to make sure that we're keeping things safe, as well as making sure that we have the opportunity to meet in person here, but also to have the live stream and other resources available online. And so that's what we're really shooting for. Some people have asked, how can I watch this service live if I don't have Facebook? The best thing to do would be go to chapelhillchurch.org, and there is a button at the top right-hand corner that will be streamed through our YouTube live channel, and you can watch the service live that way. Another announcement about this week will be that it's actually Great Commission Sunday. It just happened to work out this way. And so with Great Commission Sunday, we will have a missionary coming in and speaking to us, and you'll hear more about that as the time nears. But that's what we'll be planning on. We will have worship as well, as Don Souza will join us again to help lead us in worship. And looking forward to be having a really great Sunday. And I'm looking forward to seeing some of you. Understanding I will not see all of you, but please know that whether I see you or not, you are loved, and I want the best thing for you. And if the best thing for you is for you to be safe and at home, so be it. And if you feel the best thing for you is to be in person, but being very cautious, please do so. Chapel Hill Church family, may we not be divided by this, but may we be encouraged and strengthened by this. May we have our eyes set upon the Lord, and may we look to what it is He wants us to do. May we respond in obedience. May we not get caught up in who's right and who's wrong, but maybe we be caught up in knowing that Jesus is right. Jesus is the answer, and He is the one we should have our eyes set upon. And I hope that's the heart of all of us here at Chapel Hill Church. Please know that I miss you and that you are loved. My family and I, we talk about the people that we miss all the time. We're praying for you, and we're looking forward to the time when we can be together. I understand for many of us that's not going to be this Sunday. That doesn't mean anything less. All it means is that we understand that you can't be here. For those of you who can be here, please practice caution. We're taking this, and it's not considered a risk in that regard, but we also don't want to be careless. We don't want to operate in fear, but we also don't want to operate in pride and in arrogance. We want to operate in a humble heart, serving our great Lord. So I look forward to it, to seeing some of you. I look forward to hearing from some of you. If you have questions, please feel free to respond. This is not something that it's been not a light decision that's been taken lightly, but we have listened to several different voices on both sides of the coin, and believe that we can put this together with safety and caution. Also, feel free to look at the attachment. Make sure that you cover that. That will have even more information than what I put out here. I love you all. I look forward to seeing you soon. Take care. Be careful out there, and know that you are deeply loved and you are sent.